Welcome back to TWU Local 591 podcast. My name is Gary Scheibel, your local president. This is our weekly membership video update podcast. Joining me today is your vice president, Brian Coyne. And I'll get right into it right now with the peer support EAP and benefits update. So our migration from the previous voluntary union benefits to the Hub EFT is moving along very well. There's some one-off issues that are trickling in, but we continue to meet regularly to resolve those one-off issues as they come up. Hub EFT has a dedicated customer service line for us, open from 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday Eastern Time, and that number is 844-606-0524. Again, 844-606-0524. Brian, you want to do the ASAP update?
Sure, the ASAP and compliance update. Local 591 ASAP team indicated that the FAA is performing more paperwork and work package audits. One item they focused on is AMT using their signature and employee number signing off work card blocks instead of using their stamp. Please review the GPM 18.19. It is very specific on the requirement for use of your AMT stamp. If you do not have a stamp with you for stamping work card accomplishments, regardless of the reasons, including missing, stolen, or illegible stamps, you are required to notify your supervisor that you do not have your stamp, and they will likely need to know why. The next compliance topic is what we call 100% in accordance with the policy program. Remember that nearly every task we accomplish has a manual reference, and we must use that manual reference while performing the task. On that 100% in accordance with topic, the new company AI tool called Fault Fix is not approved by the FAA. Our recommendation at the local remains the same. Do not use Fault Fix for any aircraft-related task, troubleshooting, or maintenance work. I'll jump right into safety, Gary. As of March 1st, 337 tech ops reported injuries. That's almost 6 injuries a day of 2026. We need in-station reps to attend the Joint Safety Committee meetings in their stations and provide Local 591 Safety Coordinator Mike Cockerham an update on these issues reported and discussed here. If you have any issues attending these contractual protected meetings, contact Mike right away so he can work to resolve it. For those who work with propane-powered equipment, it is recognized that AA does not have an approved pair of safety gloves for working with or changing out propane bottles. The PPE committee is reviewing and working on that issue. The 737 overwing window shade safety kit is being built, and a part number will be available soon. This is a Boeing-approved safety harness that attaches to the Boeing seat track to allow AMTs to work on replacing 737 overwing window shades safely. We're also working on approved for the Airbus series aircraft, but that is currently only approved for the 73 and not the Airbus fleet. This is more of a safety and compliance topic, but we'll drop it here in safety. The company management performs safety observations and is having safety contacts, basically informal discussions, with members when they see members not following safety rules. Easiest way not to have those discussions with management: comply with all safety and safety rules. Work 100% in accordance with manuals. Always get a spotter when necessary. Comply with all lockout tagout procedures. Wear the proper PPE every time. The list goes on. It's simple. Protect yourself and also avoid those safety contacts. We want everyone to come to work safe, be at work safe, and get home to their families and loved ones safely. So I'll go right into grievance update. I wanted to start out by expressing that we all take a moment to keep our military service members engaged in the current conflict in our thoughts and hope for a swift and successful conclusion to those military actions. The Article 19 Alpha Alpha arbitration briefs deadline has been moved back by 1 week by mutual agreement of the attorneys to Thursday, March 12th, due to an unforeseen medical emergency. As we discussed in last week's video, this is not abnormal during a brief writing process. Often the attorneys or union representatives, if the union presents the case without attorneys, request deadline extensions, even multiple extensions. The Grievance Review Board, GRB, process and documents will be handled through the local vice president, myself. For grievances that are not yet at the GRB level, the regions and station, both local 591 representatives continue to be responsible for updating those grievances in our local 591 grievance tracking system, as being done today. I also wanted to remind the reps and members the process of starting a grievance is a joint process with both the steward and as well as the member working together to get all the necessary evidence to win the grievance. Members have access to many documents that stewards do not, and working together is how we win grievances. We need the documentation. It is the key on resolving these grievances. GSE. So GSE Facility Executive Board member Santos Dorda reported some good news for the GSE department. First, it appears the new GSE Tech Crew Chief program is doing quite well. Good enough that it looks like the company is considering adding more GSE Tech Crew Chiefs. More to come on that. Also, in DCA, the company has finally notified us that the GSE vendor contract will be terminated, and the company now plans to add additional association representative GSE mechanics and crew chiefs in DCA. It is important to note this GSE return staffing in DC was done in large part with GSE field trips being used to resolve a lot of the vendor-related GSE issues. I'll go right to field trip update. Executive Board member Chris Horvath reported that he tracked, for the week of March 6th, 31 line field trips and 5 base field trips. Chris also reported there are hotels that are charging members on field trips, and Chris contacted the hotel desk, and the issue is still in work to get resolved. MLS Executive Board member John Banky wanted to thank the AMT group for contacting the local about the parts and tooling left in Indianapolis, which led to an MLS field trip to bring those parts and tooling back into inventory. John also wanted to remind the MLS group, make sure you're up to date on all necessary training, including hazardous part training, before signing up for a field trip to ensure you're fully qualified to do the job before you have to leave your home station.
All right, so let me get into the membership meetings. We had a very good station visit to Atlanta. Thanks for all the questions and the input, and to our reps for getting the escorts. We continue working on additional station visits as well. The next scheduled national membership meetings are in the Southwest region in DFW on Wednesday, March 18th. Times and locations are on the Local 591 homepage. Seniority Protests, let me cover that. So Administrative Executive Board member Russ Dittmer reminded the reps that the 2026 Seniority Protest window is now contractually closed. If members need to reference the contract on this, the articles are for M&R, Article 11L, MLS, Article 11K, MTS, and MCT, Article 11F. The online store, as I reported last week on the video update, the Local 591 online store is coming soon. This was requested by quite a few Local 591 members, as well as quite a few non-Local 591 members. So we're working through a couple of the technical facets, and we'll notify everybody when the store is tested and up and running. These are the same high quality, made in America by union workers products and clothing that we buy for our members, and we have negotiated discounts to those products, and we hope you like this new option that's available for you. One last thing on this, because the question was asked, Local 591 does not make any profits whatsoever on this store. The prices we arrange is what you pay. There is no markup whatsoever. One final topic, cameras in the break room and working areas. We were visiting a few stations recently, and we noticed that there were company-installed cameras in locations that had zero to do with safety and or security and everything to do with surveillance. We have contacted the managing director for those stations, along with labor relations, to work to resolve this issue. In our contracts, M&R, LOM number 3, and MLS LOM number 2 covers how and where camera installation and use is contractually permitted. Please take the time to look in your break rooms and your ready rooms, your crew chief offices, and if you see any company installed cameras there, if you have them, please send photos and location information to me or Brian via text or email right away. Easiest way also for email is info@local591.com, and we'll get right on. So one possible exception to the rule here for camera installations, if you have a vending machine that's unstaffed shopping area in the break room, and the camera is the only way to view the vending machine unstaffed shopping area, that would not typically be a violation of the contract, but it's going to be looking at specifically that area. So if you're not sure, send us the information, the pictures, and we'll work to find out the facts on that situation. One final reminder, we do at Local 591 have a Facebook page, a YouTube page. Please subscribe to them to get updates and notifications when new information is posted. So that is our podcast for this week. Anything else, Brian?
No, have a good week. We'll talk to you.
All right. As always, any thoughts, issues, suggestions for future podcasts, please send them to info@local591.com. Hope you all have a great week, and please be safe.